Hello folks, I'm LA Little and this is today's short take. For me, earnings seasons is about figuring out who the winners and who the losers are. So if we look at the early returns here the last couple days, financials and the semiconductors are the ones that have given us some sort of a tell. I've got JP Morgan up. JP Morgan comes into earnings season at kind of a sideways range here. Big bump down, in terms of price, up in volume, coming back in to test this low. This is the key low. If it doesn't hold this, there's really nothing below it. So JP Morgan, clearly a loser so far in the earnings bump. If we look at another one in that space, Wells Fargo. Now Wells Fargo actually traded lower yesterday, but doesn't look nearly as bad. Here's their chart. You can see they have a long tail. Volume did not expand. That tells me that folks are coming into this one and actually buying it. I wouldn't be surprised to see it try to trade back up. That's Wells Fargo. If we look at the ones this morning, Goldman Sachs down a couple bucks after their earnings. They look like Wells Fargo. Doesn't look like they're going to get hurt. Citigroup, if we look at Citi actually same way. So 3 of the 4 look pretty good, JP Morgan being the worst of the lot. If we move over to the semiconductor space, totally different story there. Big bump up on linear technologies. Volume expands. Pull over a weekly chart so we can see what's going on here. You can see you had a big sell-off, right? You come down, test the October lows. You have lower volume, so let's just point these out as we go. Here's the lows, there's the volume, that's last year. Here's the lows, here's the volume. So you test lows, you don't have the juice to take it down. And what do? They start to take it back the other way. What they're going to do now is they're going to come in, they're going to do the bearish retest regen, which means they're going to try to get right up here to this top and then try to push it back down. That's linear technologies. If we look at another one, Xilinx reported last night. They're going to get a nice bump up today as well. Same sort of scenario here, and if you bring it over, you got the same thing. Although this one is stronger, you're going to try to make it back to swing point highs. Finally, if you look at Intel reported, got sold off yesterday, and then what did they do? They actually flipped around and closed higher. Intel going to try to go back up to these swing point highs. The bearish retest regen is here, and it's already over it. So you're starting to see, at least in the semiconductor space, that this trend that was this way is no longer. It's more like this, and we'll have to see if eventually it's back this way or not. But for now, at least the semiconductor space does look pretty good. If you want to look for a place to play, that doesn't look like a bad spot. And that is today's short take.